Hello and welcome to the Your Choice, Your Way, Roots and Routines Year 6 to Year 7 School Transition Series, Episode 4. In this extended episode, we are interviewing people who work in the education and mental health arena, supporting young people during school transitioning. They'll be sharing with us how they support young people and their own hints and tips to help you on your way.
Let's get straight to it.
Hi, I'm Alice. I am a mental health in schools practitioner for North Point Wellbeing.
My name's Jo Coop. I'm team lead in the Bradford Mental Health Support Team.
Help school get to know you. So talk to your new school, an adult in your new school about what your worries are, what are you excited about, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and just really help them to understand you as a person. And then ask school what support they can give you to help meet those needs. Think about what will stay the same as well. We know that some things will change and that can feel uncomfortable sometimes. Change can be scary, it can feel uncomfortable for some people, but some things will remain the same. So think of these things as stepping stones across the river, which will then help you adapt to the new things. And finally, be prepared. When you know your timetable, try writing a checklist out of the things that you need to take that day. So, what day do I need to bring my PE kit? What day do I need maths equipment? And then write yourself a checklist, and then you can use that checklist then when you're packing your bag. And get into the habit of packing your bag the night before, because when you're rushing in the morning, that's when you're likely to forget things as well. Try and be as prepared as possible and try and plan for that.
Before the child goes and starts at the school, it's really important that they do visit the school. Now, they will be having the transition days with school, okay, and any additional that you feel that your child needs because of their needs. However, then you've got the 6-week holidays. So to have the transition days in, say, July, and then not do anything for 6 weeks, it leaves a gap, and all you're trying to do as a parent is to create a new norm. So I would recommend that throughout the 6-week holidays that you do actually take your child up to their new school. And I'd also suggest that you do like a practice run. So if your child, so let's say you're getting up early in the morning, so whatever time your child's going to be having to get up now to start big school, set the alarm, so that they're getting into that routine. Take them to the school at that time in the morning throughout the holidays on some occasions, just so that they know what to expect. Yeah, so that's like creating a norm.
Self-soothe box is another good resource. So this can be a really helpful tool. I've got an example, mine's just a plastic box, but I'm sure you could do better than that. So the idea is that in the box you fill it with things that help to soothe you, that help you to calm down and regulate yourself. And then the idea is that when you're stressed or dysregulated, you can take something out of the box to help ground you and to help you relax and feel better. So some examples I've got in here are things like a squishy ball, therapy band, which is quite nice for kind of pulling. I've got some nice smelling hand cream, some Play-Doh. I've got a notebook so I could, write things down or draw pictures. And I've also got some like positive kind of tips for sort of good well-being. So that could be a really nice activity you could do over the summer holidays in the lead up to secondary school. So then you've got that resource ready for when you do start high school.
Parents are the expert of their own children. That's the top and tail of it. They know their own children. They know if their children is likely to manage a change or not. And if not, I would always advocate for parents to go into the school and speak to the teacher, thinking about it in advance. So I would suggest about sort of May time to be speaking to the teacher. If you're worried about your child, speak to the teacher and ask to see their transition plan. Ask to find out what is it that my son or daughter is going to be doing as part of their transition. And like I said, it's not for us to say what your child can manage. You know your child. So you as the expert, it's important that you share that with the teachers there. There's so many things that can be done, but that's a really, really good starting point to express your concerns. And it might be that you might be able to share with school that actually your son or daughter is worried and they haven't picked up about that at school. And that happens a lot, because what happens is the children can often mask their feelings at school, but then at home, in their home loving safe environment, it can all come out. So it's really important to communicate that with the teachers. Then if the teachers are aware of that, then they'll be able to put in some extra transitions basically. And it might be, obviously every school has got a plan in place where they've got to set a transition so that whatever school a child is moving on to, or class is moving on to, a school will do introductions. But not every child is the same. And like I've already said, children that have got neurodiversity difficulties, then they have got extra challenges to face. And it's really important that that's taken into consideration here. I would recommend that you ask to speak to the head of year. Ask to speak to the head of year in the school. So obviously if it's moving up to year 7, the head of year 7, and then explain to year 7, actually my child is not managing this transition. The school would then talk and find out what are the difficulties here. We as a school, can we do anything that can alleviate that? Okay, what can we do? Would it help if we as a school met your son or daughter in the morning, or just so we could break the ice? Is there anything that school could do to help? Because actually, year 7 to year 11, you know, it's a long, long time. That initial starting point, you need to get it right, and it can be tricky to get it right, but you know, most schools will want to work with the parents to get it where your child feels comfortable. Every child is different, you know, every child has got different needs, and we must all keep that central in our thinking. What works for one does not work for another. Okay, so one child who's struggling may do better within a group setting with other peers around them. Another child might flourish and open up more on a one-to-one basis. And this is where again we go back to the parent, and we ask the parent, we speak to the parents, we get that information from the parents, because once again parents are the expert here. So it's about us all working together to try and help children through this tricky time. And it is a tricky time, but it can also be an exciting time. So for children to make new friends, especially when they're moving up, meeting new people. But it's just important that that transition is done right.
We're back. That was super interesting. I took a lot from that episode. What are your thoughts, Femi?
The self-soothe box is a great idea and a fun activity in itself, putting little things together that can make your day a little easier to manage.
I agree, Femi. It's a top tip. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. Please move on to episode 5.
Bye for now.